Hello friends, let us study about anti-diabetic drugs. First one is insulin. It is the most common drug used for diabetic patients. Usually it is given by subcutaneous route. Let us study about the classification of this insulin. What are the different types of insulin? First one is fast onset action insulin. Fast onset action. Usually it acts within 10 minutes of injection. It is the fast acting insulin within 10 minutes. And what is the duration of this action? It acts for about 3 to 4 hours. What are the examples? There is Lispro, Aspart and Glulicin. Usually it is used to control postprandial blood glucose. Next one is short acting insulin. Short acting insulin. Onset is it acts within 30 minutes. And duration of action is for 5 to 8 hours. What is the example for this short acting? Regular insulin. Normally, we give insulin via subcutaneous route, whereas in diabetic ketoacidosis and in hyperkalemia, we will give IV insulin. Next one is intermediate acting insulin. Intermediate acting insulin. Usually, it acts for 16 to 20 hours. And what are the example for this intermediate acting insulin? We have isophane insulin, that is NPH, and lente insulin. Next one is long acting insulin, that is it acts for more than 24 hours. What are the example for this long acting insulin? We have Glargine and Detemir. Next one is, what is the longest acting insulin? Longest acting insulin is, it acts for more than 40 hours. What is the example for this longest acting? We have Degludec. Next one is inhalational insulin. Inhalational insulin. What are the example for this inhalational? We have Afrezza. This is FDA approved insulin, and we have Exubora. This is about the classification of insulin based on the onset of action and duration of action. Next one is, what are the side effects of insulin? As it decreases the blood sugar level, it can cause hypoglycemia and it can cause weight gain. What is the mechanism of action of insulin? It acts on the insulin receptors on cell membrane. It is enzyme linked action. Enzyme linked action. What is the enzyme? Tyrosine kinase. Tyrosine kinase. It acts on insulin receptors on the cell membrane. Next one is oral hypoglycemic agents. Again, it has many types like sulfonylureas, biguanides, thiazolidinediones, alpha glucosidase inhibitors. We'll study one by one. First one is sulfonylureas. What are the example for sulfonylureas? Again, it has two generations. First generation is tolbutamide, chlorpromide. First generation includes tolbutamide, chlorpromide. This chlorpromide has the longest action, that is it acts for 30 to 60 hours. Chlorpromide can cause cholestatic jaundice and disulfiram-like reaction. Next generation is second generation. What are the example for this second generation? We have glibenclamide, glipizide, gliclazide, glimepiride, these are the example for second generation sulfonylureas. Glibenclamide is safe in pregnancy, and this gliclazide has antiplatelet action and antioxidant action. What are the side effects of this sulfonylureas? It can cause hypoglycemia and it can cause weight gain. Next type is biguanides. In this first one is metformin. Metformin is one of the example for biguanide. What is the mechanism of action of this metformin? It is a AMPK activator. Usually, it causes peripheral insulin sensitization utilizing the insulin action. What is the primary target of metformin? It acts on the peripheral adipose tissue or muscle tissue. The main target for metformin action is it acts on peripheral adipose tissue or muscle tissue. That's why it doesn't cause hypoglycemia. It won't cause hypoglycemia. In females, it can be used in PCOD because in PCOD there will be insulin resistance. So in PCOD patients also they'll prescribe metformin. Metformin has a renal route of excretion, so it is contraindicated in renal failure. In renal failure, metformin is contraindicated. What are the side effects of this metformin? It can cause GI toxicity and it can cause vitamin B12 deficiency anemia. Next type is alpha glucosidase inhibitors. Alpha glucosidase inhibitors. Examples are acarbose, oglibose, and biglitol. What is the site of action of this alpha glucosidase inhibitor? It acts on small intestine. It inhibits the absorption of dietary glucose from the intestine. So it is used to control postprandial blood glucose. As it acts on intestine, the side effects are it can cause flatulence and abdominal distension. And it is also contraindicated in renal failure. Next one is thiazolidinediones. What are the example? Pioglitazone, and rosiglitazone. This pioglitazone, it causes peripheral insulin sensitization. What are the side effects of this pioglitazone? It can cause water retention and weight gain. It can cause osteoporosis and it can rarely cause bladder cancer. Next one is meglitinides. Example for meglitinide is repaglinide. We have nateglinide. This meglitinide acts on pancreatic beta cell. It can be used in postprandial blood glucose control. Next one is bromocriptine. Bromocriptine is D2 agonist. It is used in Parkinsonism, acromegaly, prolactinoma and type 2 diabetes. Next one is colesevelam. It is the bile acid sequestrant. It is usually used to lower the cholesterol. It can also be used in type 2 diabetes mellitus. So this is about the treatment of diabetes. What are the drugs used in diabetes mellitus? Injectable and oral hypoglycemic agents. If you like this video, please click like button and share this video to your friends and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos, and thank you.